Hello, my name is Alexis Oliva, and I'm completing a Bachelor of Science in Communication Studies. I would not say I sought out this major, but rather say that this major really came to me. I was a sophomore in college and finishing up my generals. I took an interpersonal communication class and was hooked from the start. I immediately felt like this was the direction I wanted to head into, and it was the best decision I ever made. For my minor, I went with marketing, which I believe complements my communication studies major really well and will prepare me for my future in advertising. In this presentation, I aim to show support in the ability of the coursework for this communication studies program to reach all 5 learning objectives: presentations, relationships, contexts, symbols, and research, as well as share with you the areas in which I believe I have excelled most in the areas where I have stayed consistent. I fully support that the coursework completed in my communication studies major has prepared me for my future and enabled me to meet the 5 learning objectives. Of course, I had an idea of what each objective was, but I had no idea how to apply them. However, each project and course I completed not only made me feel as though I was closer to my goal of graduation, but furthermore prepared me for my future. The area in which I have gained the most growth would definitely have to be public speaking. When I entered into advanced public speaking, I felt intimidated, to say the least. I knew I could do it, but I never thought I could do it well. The very first speech I gave was too short, unorganized, and I was shaking the entire time. I felt like giving up. But I needed this class to graduate, so I had to stick with it. Without the option to fail, I was forced to overcome my anxieties and become a more confident individual through public speaking. I did this by reading the course material and viewing other presentations in class and online. This helped me to grasp a better idea of what I needed to do in my own speeches to improve them. I also engaged in positive meditation to calm my nerves before class began, which I continue to practice. I find it helps in all aspects of my life, and not just speeches. Something else that helped me was the feedback I was given from my professor, Sarah Allen. After each speech, she gave us recorded feedback. In detail, she would let me know what I did well, how I could improve, and her overall opinion of the style of the speech. It was immensely helpful. Throughout the semester, her recommendations for improvement lessened, and my speeches ended up improving. To be honest, it was pretty hard for me to come up with a learning objective that I haven't experienced growth in. I feel like I've just learned so much in my experience here at MSU. However, I will say I believe I have always been fairly confident in the area of contexts. Before entering the major, I knew the definition and importance of contexts, but just was not sure how to apply it. I believe it applies with many of the projects I have completed, as you will see in my blog, if not all of them. I can now confidently say that I'm an effective communicator and have learned so much through the course experiences and professors in this communication studies program. I think the process of completing the electronic portfolio has let me reflect on how far I've come these past couple of years. I'm excited to share my progress with my family after graduation, and I think this is the best example of everything I've accomplished in my college career, and I'm so excited to start this new chapter in my life. I only have a couple suggestions for how the Communication Studies Department can improve the coursework to better prepare students. I would suggest more experience with online media. I am a senior, and this project was my first time ever creating a blog or website for myself, and I think if I had had previous experience, that would have been really beneficial. I think by doing this, it would provide professors with more than just papers and presentations to grade off of, and let students get creative while gaining valuable experience. With that being said, the knowledge I have gained from this major, communication studies, I believe is unmatched. I never viewed college as a priority until I set foot in my first communication studies class and saw the importance of communication and how it applies to our daily lives. The first step into the interpersonal communications class not only shaped who I am today, a graduate of Minnesota State University Mankato, a communication studies major, but also paved a way for a bright future, and I feel so lucky to be a part of that. So I would just like to say thank you.